I remember when the kids were small, we were married say about 30, 31 years ago, and we were at cattle and a little bit of hay. Things weren't going well at the cattle, and I decided I knew a bit about the hay because I was at hay since I was knee high to a grasshopper, and I had learned a good lot of bit through the years with my father and my brother and that. And I decided one day, these cattle are not worth the worry and the risk. I'll do more of the hay. Bought all necessary machines, and that's really how we got into it because of that. And I haven't decided to get back into cattle yet, so I'm sticking where I am for now. Your year usually starts when you get the first fine spell of weather. It's usually around the 1st of June. But this year now, it was earlier because the good weather came around the 23rd or 4th of May. And we had to go with the weather. We had to decide to cut meadows early on in May with half crops on them. But it was the right thing to do, as it turned out now. So the old saying, you make hay when the sun shines, is a very true one. And when you get a window of opportunity, you have to go for it, because you need quality hay for horses, and quality will rule over quantity any day of the week. It wins out every time. From the word go, you need the mower obviously to cut the grass, and then you need good turners. And the turner is about probably the most important machine you have in the place, and you need a good big wide turner because turning hay can get very monotonous. You have to turn maybe hay twice, 3 times a day when the weather is good, sometimes, and especially if the rain is coming. So you need a good big wide turner, or actually in our case we have 2 big wide turners. When I get very busy, I will just pull 2 of them out. And if you save 1 or 2 fields of hay that year, it's worth it. If it makes the difference that you get good hay instead of average hay, that having that turner there for that one day, it pays for itself in the year, like, you know. Then after that, then you have the rower, just rows up the hay when it's good and dry, and of course the baler then. And you need your machines well serviced, well greased, and yeah, it's important that everything works well on the day. I usually decide to cut, yes, when the weather is right, when there's a window of opportunity there. But sometimes if you have a lot of hay to cut and the year is moving on, you sometimes, even if there's rain coming tomorrow and there's a couple of good days coming after that, you may cut it. You know that the next couple of days are coming good, maybe 2 or 3 days, and you might have to cut in weather conditions like that. Now, that's only of a bad year. Usually you wait that the weather is dry and you get those 4 or 5 days. But when it comes to August and you've 50 acres of hay to cut in small square bales, you have to take a chance, because when the weather forecast is there and for the next week or 10 days is not good, you have to take a chance. You may not get it all good, but if you get 50, 60, 70% of it good, it's better than not cutting it at all. And my son Michael this year is with me, lucky enough now. He's just finished college there, and he just got the results of his exam, so he stayed with me for this year, and I'm glad to have him. But the machinery does a lot of the work outside, and I might need an extra man in the shed in the evening along with Michael there. But the good machinery, the flat 8 system behind the baler, we can stack it in 32s in the field with no labour. We can bring it in and we can put it up in the shed in 8s then, and you just need 1 or 2 good lads. You need probably 2 good lads up in the shed to set it up for the dryers. You need good lads that know how to set it up, because there is a way of putting the bales together and keeping cut sides in and all the rest of it, and so that it dries out evenly. Once it's dried, once we knock off the dryers, we'll just cover it over with nets and a bit of straw to keep any little bits of dust from sitting on top of the bales. And once it's dried, we can move it on to another person's shed, say 2-3 weeks after it's been dried. We know it's not going to reheat in another person's shed, so you can move it then. But in a lot of cases here, well, I live next door to Ger Lyons here, and it's easy because we can just give him the hay as he wants it. So I store most of it in my own sheds and just give it to him as I want it, or as he wants it. It's no good to a horse trainer if you say to him, I'm sorry, the hay's not good this year because grass grew too good and meadows were heavy and the quality is not as good. He doesn't want to hear that. He wants quality all the year round. So you have to take a hit on that, but you have to charge that bit more for it. But he won't mind. Once he gets good hay, he won't mind.